Dobry den, everybody. Nice to meet you. Hi, my name is Tim, and I'm very pleased and honored to be here and be able to introduce you to the topic of water treatment and water purification. Just a short introduction of myself and the company stakpure. My name is Tim Klein. I'm 31 years old. I studied business economics, and a nice side fact, I studied also here a semester abroad in Prague. So for me, it's also very nice to come back and to have a very good reason to go back to Prague. And now I'm 5 years as export area sales manager at stakpure. Stakpure is a company which is manufacturer of water purification systems. So you can see them here, our small laboratory systems. And we are now in the market since 11 years, but our knowledge and experience is much higher due to previous companies. Okay, before I want to go in detail to the systems, I want to talk about standards, because if we talk about good water quality, very good water, we need references to call water very good or to call water pure. The most popular one is ASTM, so the American Society for Testing and Materials. It's the most popular one, and you can see directly the highest grade is ultra pure water quality, is typical for analytics. We have a very important measurements unit, so it's conductivity, which is we call 0.056 microsiemens per centimeter, and also the resistivity is very important, so we call ultra pure water when the resistivity is 18.2 mega ohm. Both measurements are related to each other, so the lower the conductivity is, the higher is the resistivity. We speak about ASTM I water when it's pure water quality, and then the resistivity is 1, and also the conductivity is 1. And important is to ask yourself when you are in a lab, which water quality do I need? Which resistance or conductivity do I need? How much water do I need in my lab? And also very important is to check the pre-treatment, to check my tap water, my city water in my regions, because sometimes the water is very bad due to particles, due to hardness, or if you have a very high value of conductivity. We talk about type 3 water quality when we want to feed any application in the laboratory, like if you want to feed a glass washer or if you want to feed an autoclave, for example. Okay, so which system can we fulfill all these standards? At stakpure, we have the benefit of a very wide range of products. So we have here on the left side our ion exchangers, which are a very simple solution because the ion exchangers are filled with resin. When the water flushes inside of the ion exchangers, the water and for sure the salt particles in the water, they will react with the resin inside, and after the ion exchanger, you will get pure water. So you can connect these ion exchangers directly with an autoclave or with a glass washer, and you will receive pure water. It's a very simple solution because you always have to check if the resin is exhausted. So you have to go to your device and check, okay, my conductivity is still very good, and if not, you have to simply change the resin inside. We also have conductivity meters, a digital one and an analog one, which is here also on top of the cartridge, and there you can check the conductivity. But we also have very huge cabinet system, framework systems. They are up to a production rate of 6,000 liters per hour if you want to feed a whole hospital floor, or it's like for industrial use if you have a very huge demand of type 2 or type 3 water. But I want to go and focus now on our laboratory system, our benchtop version system, our Omnia systems. They are more for a smaller capacity because they are more for media preparation, buffer preparation, type 1 or type 2 water, and for a very small capacity. Okay, let's talk about ultra-pure water systems. We have ASTM water system, and especially they are for analyzers like HPLC analyzers, ICP, LCMS analyzers. And we have two different systems which can produce ultra-pure water. We have on top our Omnia tap, and it's always in the name, because the Omnia tap is named Omnia tap because you can connect it directly to the tap, directly to your city water, depends on your inlet water quality. The reason is you can connect it directly to the tap is that we have inside a cartridge which is based on reverse osmosis, which can retain 89 to 99% of all impurities, so of all salt particles, ionics inside of the water. The second cartridge is then an ion exchanger high purity polishing cartridge with resin inside to receive 0.055 microsiemens per centimeter, which is always screened on our displays. The second one is our Omnia Pure, and also it's here in the name, pure, because the system has to be supplied with already pre-treated water. Either you have a centralized RO unit in your lab, or maybe you can put an ion exchanger in front because the feed water condition has to be less than 100 microsiemens per centimeter. But then you have a very high capacity of ultra pure water per day, per year, depends. We have two polishing resin cartridges inside of the system. And this is the reason why you can get, we can say in a ratio up to 100 liter of ultra pure water per day. If you compare it with the Omnia tap, there is at first the reverse osmosis cartridge and only one polishing cartridge. So we can say, depends on the version, it's less than from the Omnia Pure of ultra pure water you can get per day. Okay, let's go more in detail in the system of which produce ultra pure water. Either Omnia Pure or Omnia tap, we have a standard version system. The standard version is with the two cartridges inside, and it's for the typical application like AAS, ICP, ICP-MS, and also for buffers and media preparation. So the water will be after the system flushed through all the stages, free of minerals, free of all salt particles. So you will receive the conductivity, which is 0.055 microsiemens per centimeter or 18.2 megohm centimeter. You can add to the standard system also an UV lamp, and the UV lamp is to reduce the TOC value. When you have a system with UV lamp, the TOC value is 1 to 5 ppb. Just for your information, when you have the standard version, the TOC value will be less than 10 ppb. But with the UV lamp, the TOC value is 1 to 5 ppb. We are working with a UV lamp with a wavelength of 185 and 254 nanometer, and it will not only protect the system for bacteria, it will also destroy bacteria, so it won't come back. If you want to get the highest grade of ultra pure water, we're still talking about ultra pure water, so still the conductivity for all the systems is 0.055 microsiemens per centimeter. But if you have a system also with ultra filter inside, so it's then called UV because of the UV lamp and UF because of the ultra filter, then we talk about a system which retain also endotoxins, pyrogens, RNase, and DNase. And it's typical for applications in a lab of life science, molecular and microbiology, and cell culture media. And the very good benefit, sure, I'm a salesperson, I have to say it, we have a backwashable ultrafilter inside of the system. So it gets always flushed with water. So the lifetime of the ultrafilter is 2 to 3 years. Other manufacturers are using the ultrafilter as end filter, and then they have to change it every 3 or 4 months. So the operation cost of a system, especially when you use a system with ultrafilter, is from stakpure very, very economical. Okay, you can also combine water qualities. So we can talk about type 1 and type 2 water systems. So you will receive type 1 water from the dispenser, 0.055 microsieverts per centimeter, and you will receive type 2 water if you use an external tank. We have here our 30 and 60 liter tank, but we also have very big systems like the Omnia Lab ED Plus or the Omnia Lab UP Plus, where we have a capacity with a production rate which is 40 or 60 liter per hour, and there we also have a 60 liter storage tank. Always important is to check if you need an additional booster pump, because I can give you an example. Maybe you have an HPLC analysis in your lab, so you can receive ultra pure water from the tap, and at the same time you want to feed any application. Always check if you need an additional booster pump, because you have to push the water inside an autoclave or inside of a glass washer, for example. Okay, very important is also when you have a system with a tank, either if it's integrated directly, here's our 7 liter tank or the 10 liter tank, here is a 30 or 60 liter tank, always we have a recirculation process. So the water will always be in the best condition. For example, you go on the weekend and you have a very full tank, we have in our settings that there's always a recirculation process every 30 minutes. So you come back after the weekend on a Monday and the water quality is still in a very good condition. This is always also important that the power plug is always on. Okay. We have also a system which producing only for the general laboratory water supply, so only for type 2 water, ASTM I water quality. This is very important for the reagent preparation, sample dilution, for pathology and histology, or as I said, if you want to feed applications, or just for the general chemistry. Then you have other cartridges inside, so you will receive type 2 water from the dispenser and also type 2 water from the tank if you want to feed anything. Okay. I just wanted to highlight the overview, the differences between Omnia Pure and Omnia Tap. So if you have here city water and you have a pre-treatment, for example, like a centralized RO or an ion exchanger, then you can use the Omnia Pure system. And if you want to connect the Omnia Tap directly to the tap, important is to check always the city water conditions. So maybe you have very bad water, you have to add a pre-treatment, but then you can connect easily the system directly to the tap. I just want to sum up or to end this presentation with some short questions to keep in mind what are important things for the lab water quality. So I just want to ask, if you have to understand which standard is the most common one. Maybe someone want to answer, because in the other presentation the people were very shy, but then I can give the answer. Anyone? Okay, no problem. So the important or the most common standard is ASTM, because it's an American standard which is also now popular here in European. Another standard is ISO, because this is the European standard for water quality. Still, if you say, okay, we need ISO type 1 or 2 water quality, it's nearly similar to ASTM, but not directly. Okay. Another question is how you can monitor in detail the pure water quality. And here are some values like temperature, conductivity and resistivity, pH measurement and color change. Ensure all of the answers making some can make some answers about the quality of the water, because if you have maybe Jewish water, sure, the water quality is very bad because you have particles inside. Also with the pH measurement you can get some indication of what is very good water, but if you want to monitor water quality in detail and to have a very good answer, it's sure conductivity and resistivity, because then you get in detail the very good information of if you have good water or if you have bad water. Okay, do you have any questions? Okay, then I'm ready. And I got the order to, I just want to say it in German, maybe you got to know. Das Buffet ist eröffnet, so it means something like, the food is ready. I don't know where you have to go, but the food is ready for you. And I will be here until the end of the break. So I have a device here. If you have any questions you want to ask or feel free and don't hesitate.